Good morning, friends, and welcome once more to our Bible reflections at Moneyray Non-Subscribing Presbyterian Church. This morning I'd like to have just a brief look at John's Gospel, and it's John chapter 20 verses 24 through to 29 when Jesus appeared to Thomas, and then to offer just a few brief words of reflection at the passage's conclusion. One of the 12 disciples, Thomas, nicknamed the twin, was not with the others when Jesus came. They told him, "We've seen the Lord." But he replied, "I won't believe it unless I see the nail wounds in his hands, put my fingers in them, and place my hand into the wound in his side." 8 days later, the disciples were together again, and this time Thomas was with them. The doors were locked, and suddenly, as before, Jesus was standing among them. "Peace be with you," he said. Then he said to Thomas, "Put your finger here and look at my hands. Put your hand into the wound in my side, and don't be faithless any longer. Believe." "My Lord and my God," Thomas exclaimed. Then Jesus told him, "You believe because you have seen me. Blessed are those who believe without seeing me." Give thanks to God for our reading from Scripture. May God add his blessing to our hearing of his word. It's so easy for us as human beings to have doubt. It's so easy for us to find reasons to dismiss the resurrection story. And who can blame Thomas? He is, after all, only too human, and he expresses, I think, the doubt that so often we can feel. That unless we can see these events with our own eyes, unless we can have that direct experience, it can be challenging to believe. And yet, we know from the early Christian church that they were moved to immense acts of courage and of sacrifice. They had an experience which transformed them. They had an experience which changed their lives. And if we think about the alternative explanations, they are all each quite quickly easy to dismiss. A shared delusion, a Christ who did not die, a Christ who was then robbed of his integrity. No, these other stories simply won't do. In the end, we are confronted with this great mystery of faith. We know that something happened with the resurrection which profoundly changed the lives of people. And I can only share my faith and my view. The only thing in the end which makes sense is the reality of the resurrection itself, that real resurrection experience. So today, my message, let's try not to be like Thomas, though we may well understand him. Let's instead have faith in the risen Christ and know that because of the same, we and the world is changed. Have faith, friends. All will be well, and God bless you for being with us this morning. Amen.